Hey everyone, going to do a little bit more of an advanced video here, just on identifying trends versus sweeps, and then refining a couple of hold levels and taking a couple of trades. Um, so first of all, I'm looking here at the weekly because I want to take a trade on the 4 hour. So I've already looked at the 4 hour. There's a 4 hour hold level I'm interested in getting along on. So I'm starting here at the weekly. First thing I want to do is I want to figure out, is this wick here, is that actually a sweep of the trend, or does my weekly trend actually start up here? So I'm just going to come back to this previous high where we had a downtrend, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my trend from candle to candle, and what I find is that it cuts through this sweep. So effectively this was just one really big liquidity grab before the price went down. So I'm going to then take my trend and I'm going to move it over here and go, okay, cool, and then over here. So I'm just cycling through all the candles that have got no body touching the trend. So up to that one and then up to that one. And because what I'm doing is I'm trying to find the daily, so I'm actually going to stop here. I'm not going to move to the next candle, because if I move to that next candle, there's no way I can find the daily because the price will be too high up. So I'm going to stop here, and then I'm going to roll down to the daily, and I'm going to look to see if I've got like a daily candle that's following the same rules. So I've got this one up here. So where's my pivot point? My pivot point's here. And I've got this one which is completely away from the line, so I'm going to roll that up to the daily. So we'll take that up there. And then I'm going to see if I have something in this wick which might be the 4 hour. So I'll go down to the 4 hour. And, oh yeah, okay, sure enough, I do. No, I don't. Okay, so I don't currently have a 4 hour. But what I'm interested in is what's going to happen with this 4 hour candle here, and should I be taking along on it. So from this, I'm already up above the daily trend. Okay, so if I was to close a candle up here, come back down and hit that, there is a reasonable chance that I will get a bounce from that, because I don't actually have any kind of trend resistance on the 4 hour or anything that's going to stop this. So what I'll do is I'll look at this and I'll go, okay, so there's our fib, and so I'm looking at maybe getting this $5 or $4 move. I'm getting this $4 move and trying to figure out where should I enter is the gist of this. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll down to the 1 hour, and I'm going to look ahead in the candle and just see, do I have any other engulfments? And I don't, so I'm just going to have a look at the 15-minute. And once again, same thing. I'm just going to work with a basic rule, and that rule is that you start and you can only move forward in time. So basically it starts here, and I can only move forward and down. And so I'm looking forward and down for any kind of level that is fractally the same and hasn't been targeted yet on the lower time frame. So I can't use this one down here because it got targeted by this wick, but I could use this one. So I'm just going to put a marker there, and I'm just going to say that this is a 15-minute entry inside the 4 hour. So that would be a greedier entry, but also I probably need to look at this one, because this one, which is a backside entry just up in here, well, that never actually got wicked by this 15-minute candle. So I'll just put that on there. So there's a 15-minute backside. And ahead of my point, which was over here, what else do I have? Well, I kind of have an origin level on there. So this would be an origin level retest if it came down to here. So I'll just put this in as a 15-minute origin, and it'll be an origin retest. Okay, so I've marked out a few of these levels that are sort of $1.50, 50 cents to $1 cheaper than the main 4 hour entry. Okay, so now let's just go back and let's have a look at this 4 hour trade. Okay, so if I wanted to take a really lazy entry, I'd just be looking to, once this candle closes, and this would be regarded as a high risk trade because it is on the front side, but Once this candle closes, I'd just be looking to take an entry at that 201.036. However, if I wanted to capture a more greedy entry, I've got these levels down inside here that are needing retests on the lower time frame, and they are more on the back side than the front side because there is ranging happening on the 15-minute time frame inside the 4 hour. And so these would be sort of my greedy entries. So if you're going to be taking a trade on high leverage, the thing is you either take the greedy entry or you just don't take the entry at all. So and if it misses, if you don't get it, then you just don't take the trade. So if I was to come along here and go, okay, well, I either will or won't get this trade, and I'm going to take the greediest of the entries and I'm going to run it up to there. Okay, and I look at where am I going to put my stop loss? Well, I can put it below the break, which is here. That would be the absolute highest risk. So we're talking high risk trading, right? So we'll take it there. We're taking greedy entry and high risk stop loss. Okay, so that's our trade. We want that. Okay, and so now let's go forwards. Okay, and we don't get it. All right, so what happened is it bounced off the 15-minute origin level and we just don't get a trade. Okay, so welcome to high leverage trading. You're looking for the greedy entries. You're only taking the greediest one you can spot, and do you get it? Not always, and hence it can shoot off. So now if we looked at this from another perspective, let's say we weren't trying to do high leverage trading and we just wanted a slightly better entry than maybe the boring old normal. Well, then we have these three levels. We could choose to take the middle one. We could choose to take the 15-minute backside, whichever one of those three, but we could choose to take those three and not take just the straight out, 201. Very, very few trades at, say, a 4-hour level are just going to purely bounce off the top of the 4-hour candle. More often than not, they'll come a little bit down into it and then they'll bounce from there. So, maybe we chose to take that one, and that would have given us like a 1.26 to 1, which is, better than if we'd taken this one, which would have given us a 0.93 to 1 risk reward. So, or maybe we did just choose the origin level and that would have given us this 1.64. So effectively finding these levels inside the level that you're looking to trade is just a process of rolling down timeframes and looking for entries that exist inside of this. So clearing all that, the basics of it is we want to know this point, so the top of the candle. We want to know that point because the start of this line is after that was hard close, so this is the start of the next candle. And if we are at this moment, replay tool, getting a bit laggy there, and if we're at this moment in time, what we want to do is we want to put these two lines on. We want to put this one here, the 201.36, and we want to come down and let's jump down to the 1 hour. So normally it's just good to go 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, 1 minute, that sort of thing. And I want to look ahead and I go, well, I do not have anything fractally that I would enter ahead of this point on the 1 hour. So then I go down to the 15-minute, and then when I look at the 15-minute, well, yes, I do. I have a few different levels here. So and so you can only move forward in time and down in price when trying to find your untested levels, and they would have been technically, actually I could say that I've got a break level there for a retest. I've got that one. Break, it's not really a break, it's not really an origin level, but it's a break level retest, and I wasn't quite right on that first one. And what else could I be retesting? There'd be lower time frame stuff inside there, so actually we should probably just get rid of that one. Okay, so these are our two 15-minute levels, and if I wanted to take that down further, I could look at this and go down to, say, the 5-minute. Do I have anything on the 5-minute? Well, I do. I've got this level on the 5-minute up here, but realistically that would be up in price and down in time from these other levels, so I'm probably not gonna consider that one. I'm just going to consider, what is forward in time and down in price. So this one, as an example, well, that's still up in price and forward in time, so I really wouldn't consider that either. So I don't really have... I could consider this break level as opposed to this break level back here. So instead of 199.939, I could consider 199.789 because that would be moving the break level forward and down in time from 15-minute to 5-minute. Okay, so I could just go 5min break retest. Yeah. And I wonder if that actually was what got hit. Was it? Nah. Okay, so it was the 15min. So, and that is, that's it in a nutshell. If you'd gone down there and you'd gone that greedy, you just might not have actually got the trade. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea about refining timeframes. So let's just jump back to that 4-hour chart and let's see if we can find another one. So go back to that weekly. Let's run through this again. Let's see if we can find... So we put our weekly on. We notice it cuts through this candle. Sorry if it's repeating, but sometimes repetition helps with this stuff. You can always stop the video. Okay, and so we're up to here. And then we're going to try to find the daily. And we've had a few more hours go past, since we last run this trend. So, oh, look at this. We actually have got, we've got this on the daily. So we're up here. So, we could go down. There'd be a trade at some point back inside that candle. But let's just go a little bit further. Do we have a 4-hour yet? Nah, we don't. So, so let's just say we've already got this trade. We've taken this trade, and let's just jump forward another candle on the 4-hour, and let's see if we get a hard close. Okay, we do. Right, so now we actually do have somewhere we can take our daily trend to. So this is our pivot point back here for the daily. Here is our 4-hour close. It's already rejecting, so it's actually probably going to come back to this hold level. So if we'd caught that, we could have shorted that. So we could have shorted the trend back to the hold. But we'll just say we've woken up in the morning, we've bought our trend through, this is where we are. We're going, cool, what's our daily trade going to be? Well, we could probably get a trade outside, like inside this candle. Like that's a valid place to look for a trade. So let's have a look at our rules. Okay, so I'll just going to mark these. And let's see if we go down to a 1 hour. Do we have anything? No, really don't have any 1 hour levels in there. They've all been tested. So let's go down to 15-minute again. 15-minute levels have all been tested. There's nothing. Can't go back in time to this one. You're not allowed to do that. So, and this is above the price, so we're not going to do that. So let's go down and have a look at our 5-minute. Yeah, it's looking pretty bare. I mean, there could be maybe something down inside there. No, nothing really on the 5-minute either. So this one's either going to have to bounce off the top of the candle, or it's going to fail. So let's just see how this thing plays out. So let's go back to our 4-hour. And let's jump forward a candle. Okay, so yeah, it bounced straight off the top and played out. So there was no other levels inside there really to take, and so pretty much you just got the bounce straight off the top of the candle, which was that little trade in there, and it was a dollar something scalp, and it ended up going up a little bit higher even before it failed and rejected. And we did this was a really high risk trade because taking this on the 4 hour, like we didn't really, I mean, we were okay because the trend was up here, but we didn't really have a proper range formed here or anything, so this was a bit risky. But you know, you still got the trade and it played out. So what's going to happen next? So we could look at this candle all the way down here, but that's a long way away. So let's just see what happens with the next few candles. It's probably coming down here anyway, long term. Okay, so let's take this. Okay, so now we want this candle. We want to do a trade off this. So let's mark this out again. Probably shouldn't have cleared that, but you know, every day's a new day. So where was our trend? Our trend was there, 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 there. Okay, down to the daily. Daily went to there, and down to the 4 hour, and the 4 hour went to somewhere. Where's that pivot point? There's a pivot point, and 4 hour went to there. Okay, so we've got an interior trend now. So based on the 4 hour, and it was there. And if this closes like this, it moves to there. So if we're going to take a trade on this candle, the thing we've got to remember is, depending on the time that it hits this candle, the trend might get in the way. So if this was to do a instant dip this very moment, and well, once that closes, if this was to do an instant dip and come back up almost straight away, it could even still at that point hit that trend prior to hitting the 1618. Okay, so this is where you've got to be a little bit careful. Your trend can stop you getting to the target. So there's really not a lot of depth in this candle, but we're gonna have a look anyway, and we're gonna say that's our break level. I'll just get rid of this temporarily, and here is our hold level. And so now let's go down and let's have a look on the 1 hour. Do we have anything ahead of price and down in time? No, we don't. So let's have a look at our 15 minute. Same rule. Well, we do. We have this. Okay, this could be an entry. So let's just mark this out. And we'll go 15 minute, front side, inside our 4H. Okay, so this is, that's a potential. Now you got this one all the way down here. Okay, now it could go down there, but this is more likely to be where it bounces, because this other line that we put on here, this 191.832, that's the break level of the range. So if we go below the break level, we're effectively going to lose this 4 hour range, or there's a really high chance we lose the 4 hour range. So it's better to be looking for entries above the break level, because if you're actually taking entries below the break level, you're probably already losing the time frame that you are actually trying to trade on. So I'm not going to, I'll mark this out, because there will be a trade off this based on a lower time frame at a later point, but this one here is the one that we should be looking at for our entry. And so we'll go back to our 4 hour, and it's only a little bit, it's pretty much the same as taking the top of the candle. Not really that different, but maybe we'll just jump back one more step. Let's just see, is there actually something even slightly better down inside here? Let's have a look. So 5 minute. No, the 5 minute level has already been tested. Let's try the 3 minute. And there's no 3 minute. 3 minutes already been tested. Oh, why not? Let's go 1 minute. You can just keep going on this, but the greedier you get, the higher the chance you just won't get a trade. Nah. No. I mean, you've got like a 1 minute origin level through here. We'll put it on there just for giggles. Let's see if that gets hit. Okay. All right, let's have a look. Back to this 4 hour. Okay, so we want to take a trade, and you're not going to be able to set and forget this one because the problem is trends and time. Your target is effectively going to reduce as time passes. So yeah, you can't really just set a limit order for this kind of thing. When trends are actually in price discovery and facing upwards, you can just set limit orders all day. It's loads of fun. But in this instance, you can't. So, oh, I don't know. Should we go for the origin level? Nah. Yes, nah. Can't make up my mind. Let's go there. Okay. And we got to wait. So, let's see. What's the next candle do? Ooh, okay. So, a couple of things to note here. It's opened on the trend and it's come back below the trend. So the next candle that opens is going to be below the trend resistance. So you definitely, depending on time, are not going to be trying to get this back necessarily to the 1618 target. So let's just put that fib back on there. Yeah, so our 1618 target is all the way up here, but this next candle is going to be under the trend. So yeah, the risk to reward is not going to be as good on this trade, in my opinion, now. So maybe you just don't take it. Maybe you still take it, but maybe just set it up as a 1-to-1 and see how you go. Still actually probably give ourselves a little bit more leeway on that stop loss. So maybe a 1-to-1. All right, set it up like that. So you want the 15-minute level, or you're not going to take it, and you set it up as 1-to-1, and you're going to TP before trend rather than aiming for the 1618 because you want to play this safely, as safe as trading can be anyway. Oh, okay. Now it's near on impossible to tell from this time frame whether that went down first or up first or whatever it did. So let's just rewind that because we've got a wick up the top there. But did it go down and stop you out and then go up, or did it go up and then come down? So let's look at this on a lower time frame, and we'll play it forward in 15-minute candles and just see which way did we go. Okay, so beautiful. We won. So we came down. We did actually get our greedy entry. We didn't get the 1-minute origin level. So we got the 15-minute front side inside the 4-hour candle, and then we went back to the 4-hour trend because at the end of the day, it's a 4-hour trade that you're actually trading here, but you're just getting a greedier entry on the 15-minute inside. If you'd gone really greedy and gone for the 1-minute origin level inside there, then you would have not got your trade. Okay, so hopefully that is a couple of examples that will help you refine order blocks or hold candles, whatever you want to call them, and teach you to be wary of trends because trends can get in the way of targets, and how to get the greedier entry and get better risk reward on the trade. And the rest of it really is patience. You just got to learn patience because you got to wait for the trade to come to you. It's really easy to find the setups. It's really easy to find the levels. It's sometimes easier than not to find the targets, but yeah, the rest of it is just time. You just got to wait for the trade to come to you. And if you're time poor, I said this to someone in the group the other day. If you're time poor, you just got to trade on a lower time frame. If you've got all the time in the world, then just take the best trades. And hopefully this helps a little. And it is probably a little advanced, but let me know in the comments if you want to see more stuff like this, the real absolute secret sauce. And yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover off. I'm not a mind reader, so I don't actually know what people want to know. But hey, we're over 400 subscribers now, so keep it coming. And we'll catch you again soon. Cheers.